Okay, let's see. We have we're gonna go live on. Oh, there we go. We are now officially three of us are on screen now.
Yay!
Hey,
Yay!
Alright.
Yay! Yay!
it blinks. It blinks when you talk.
Okay, what does that mean? Like I'm sparkly or something like that?
Yeah, exactly. You're like you're like Edward. You glow.
I know! Yay! It
Miss
twi-
Colored, you are a plague on this podcast right now for sparkling.
Shiny and glowy. I'm Lady Gaga.
Oh.
Yeah, well,
Okay. So, Miss International Road Tour Manager, what do you?
that sounds so like fancy and long. Like, why can't I just be like a simple, I don't know, a part-time writer or like a part-time photographer or a part-time lecturer?
You're part-time everything, aren't you?
I know, yeah. Part-time everything, but never full-time something, so it's kind of cool. Like,
Yeah, that's a fun job.
yeah, I sparkle full-time. Yeah. That sounds so wrong.
Yeah, I know, but hey.
Why can't you just burn in daylight like all the other vampires?
Not a Care Bear. What did I eat for dinner?
What do you eat for dinner?
I have no idea. Why is it making me say all these things? Anyway, so what are we supposed to talk about today?
I'll let one take over this one.
I DM'd all the panelists, including the ones who can't make it tonight, that the theme for tonight's discussion is the music industry needs to pull its head out of its ass or die.
Okay, let me change. Let me change the topic. The music industry needs to pull its head out of its ass or die. Okay, done. Yes, heck of a ass long title though.
Yeah, it's a mouthful, but the music industry needs a mouthful right now.
Oh.
Music industry something.
Dot.
I
Yes.
tuned out like after music industry. Like what? What industry?
Trust me, everyone has tuned out as soon as they hear music industry. They're on fuck that shit.
This whole week has been about music.
Really?
Yeah, I yesterday I was live streaming open mic here in Singapore.
Mhm.
Tonight I was in another open mic session,
Right.
and tonight we are talking about the music industry again.
Well, we need to keep it in theme, lah, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's music week
Yes.
on the IT channel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's called the Music Channel. This one.
Oh, right. So now we're on the music channel, so that's all good.
Yeah. I gotta
Okay.
show. Yeah. So the site, the consolidated site is coming up
Mhm.
very, very soon. So
Okay.
you guys will be part of a bigger network.
Yay. Is that a tambourine I hear just now?
Tambourine,
No, that was his Tumblr.
Tumblr.
Well, I'm guessing you're drinking your alcohol out of a tumbler.
Oh no, I'm drinking out of a bottle, and I haven't drank it yet.
Wait, are we on live now?
Yes, we are live. We are live.
Did you just admit to drinking out of a bottle? Come on now.
I'm at home. I'm at home studio.
This is proof positive that people who live in Singapore are stressed the fuck out.
That's true. I'm not even fighting that one.
Oh, God.
Where's Ben?
Yeah, Ben lives his life like he's in Singapore all the time.
I think Ben is awesome.
He is. He is.
Which band is this?
This is Ben Liew.
Band you.
He's frontman and founder of Ben's Bitches, which is an underground band.
Ah.
They have quite a few viral hits on YouTube, I think. Like Awet Lufit,
Right.
Ampetia,
Right.
Cha-cha-cha.
Amber Cha 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 Cha. Right.
Good. Somebody sang about her.
He's also one half of Panda Head Curry, which is another band.
Thunderhead Curry. You're saying he's in Singapore?
No, no, no. He's based here. In fact, he's the associate editor for Juice Magazine Malaysia.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
but yeah, like I said, he's got problems with installing Skype. Uh,
No juice.
we wish him well and hope that he'll manage to get it installed in time for the last 15 minutes of the podcast.
Yes, we hope he does that. Hope he does that.
Or probably next week.
Or next week.
Or next week. We'll see what happens.
Yay.
The other panelist is the Alia. That's her stage name, the Alia.
Dialia. I heard about her or him. Her.
Her, yeah.
Her.
She's a member of Furniture, which is a post-rock, folk, fuzz, pop, rock band
Right.
who have just released their second album.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a really brilliant album.
Yeah,
With, I think, a brilliant marketing plan. Since we're talking about furniture, like industry and all.
right.
Yeah.
The album is called, and correct me if I'm wrong, You've Made Me Out of Dreams.
Oops.
Who's that? Who's speaking?
Release the Bog Monster.
I didn't touch anything.
Oh, yeah, it's not you. Sorry, it's me.
Okay.
Yeah, it's I accidentally hit the non-mute button.
Those are really big gulps, Mike.
What gulps?
From the
There's no-
bottle.
there's a very huge empty bottle and it's creating a lot of echo.
Right. So yeah, I mean, although we're sad that our two panelists are not able to make it tonight, we still have Ili FM, godmother, fairy godmother to Hujan,
Mm.
arguably the most successful independent music artist in Malaysian history, I think.
Yes.
Right.
I beg to differ, but yeah. Oh, I also manage Katul.
And
This
Katul.
fun band from Melaka. Yay.
Mm.
How many people are in Katul again?
Katul now has 12 members.
Wow.
Yes.
Why they should just change their name to Wu-Tang Clan Part 2.
Well, they do have the first single is Wu Song.
Oh.
Right? It's called, yeah. I mean that their most famous single is called Wu, the Wu song. Woo, woo. That's basically what everyone remembers.
So I think we're like, I don't know, like the Melaka version, Asam Pedas version of Wu-Tang Clan maybe. I don't know.
Right.
Or you can call yourself Wu-Tang Clan 2.0 for the modernized version.
Oh no, that's my group. Come on now.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
your group. Sorry.
No.
2.1 then.
That's still relevant to me. Come on now.
Fine.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Ili is also a part-time lecturer. And what do you teach again?
A lot of crap.
Okay, so
You're admitting that online, or?
Yeah.
so she lectures part-time in a lot of trapology in
Yes.
Lim Kok Wing, the Lim Kok Wing University of Creative Technology. Is that what it's called now?
I think so.
Right.
You think so?
She's also an accomplished freelance writer and photographer.
Wow.
Why are you
And
saying all this on air?
And this is your crowning achievement thus far. You are a regionally renowned hard ass.
Wow.
I could ask people in Bandung what they think of you, and they will cringe. And you know this is true. Come on now.
I feel so inadequate now.
I actually should have that on my card then instead of fairy
You
gum.
should. Hard ass.
Yes. Yes.
But one thing people well the 7 people who are listening in right now
Yeah.
should know about Ili and myself is that we always constantly talk shit about the music industry. We're big fans of music, but we hate the music industry.
We do.
And even
Why?
even with Mike, I've been like venting about these things. And yeah, I mean, why is a very good question. Ili?
Having a cough.
No, don't choke up now.
Yeah, that this music industry shit does get caught up as well. But
Yeah, and like I'm getting caught up in my Twitter feed. Like how Microsoft Bing controls 30% of search and why you should care. Things like that. Music industry is insane. It has a lot of money, but the people working for it are constantly broke.
Why?
I have no idea.
but hold up. Who is broke these days? I mean, the artists, the A&Rs, certainly not the A&Rs for sure.
Actually, not quite. Yeah. I mean, wow. Do I have to like start lecturing?
No, I know EMI is broke because EMI doesn't exist anymore in Asia,
Yes.
right? So they
Well,
fucked up.
they're basically, I think they're owned by a bank now. They're
What
owned.
you mean EMI like global EMI?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So they got bailed out.
Um, I think it's something about not being able to pay your debts. I mean, they couldn't pay their debts, and then the bank took over.
Oh,
What's
in that case, EMI and I have things in common, lah.
it can also get my manifest.
Because Maybank owns my ass right now. But yeah, I mean, okay. So
And Warner Music is looking for a new buyer. So yeah, yay.
well, Warner is pimping itself out right now.
Yeah.
Universal is safe though, right?
Yes.
Because
It's
they're
called
under Vivendi,
Yes.
right? So the only major music label left is Universal BMG.
What happened to Sony?
Sony Music,
Yeah.
who do they take care of?
Um, Sony. Good question. Uh, I was about to say Beyonce, but I think Beyonce is on the BMG, no?
Yeah, I mean, almost every black artist I know is under Universal.
Yeah.
Not to be racialist, but yeah, I'm just saying. But okay,
It's like Monopoly now, isn't it? Like Universal controls everything.
yeah, but one major label, three major labels, that's not much of a difference when you're talking about monopolies. Global monopolies, three major labels controlling everything.
Yeah, true.
Pony Canyon is gone, right?
Oh my god, I love Pony Canyon.
Right, but yeah, the fact of the matter is they're not there anymore,
Yes.
right? Who else has come and gone? All the small sub labels. Jive is gone, right?
Yeah,
Rec-
Jive is with Zomba.
Capitol Records has been absorbed by God knows who.
Capital is EMI.
Right, there you go. Yeah, but I think the major sticking point right now is how relevant are major labels anyway in the music industry these days.
Very, I think. I just googled Justin Bieber.
Okay, but see, I mean, for you to Google Justin Bieber, you didn't need to go through any intermediaries other than Google. And if you were to buy his music, you wouldn't have to buy a CD in a shop. You could go to iTunes or download illegally. Not that we're condoning that sort of shit, but just download lah, right? But
Yeah. But I mean, being in KL, no, I can't download from iTunes, which is sad because sometimes I pathetically would like to get my music legally.
So
yeah,
is in Asia officially you only can buy CDs, or is MP3s a very prevalent thing down in Asia?
I mean you can buy CDs. I mean you can buy MP3s legally in Asia, but not here in this particular region. I think you can't. There's no iTunes in Malaysia. There's no iTunes in.
Right, and
That's
and
it.
yet the other biggest question is that is buying music still the main revenue source for musicians and artists, or is it something else right now?
I think it hasn't been the main revenue for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Right.
yeah,
It's been the main revenue source for me for labels. Yes.
And
For
that's why the labels are still clamping down on illegal piracy downloads and all that.
yeah, I mean, did you read this news piece last week about the RIAA demanding in court that one person, right, pay up 75 trillion US dollars in damages for downloading about 243 songs.
It's ridiculous.
It's insane. I mean, the person who wrote the piece that I read rightly said that's more money than has ever been produced in the entire economic history of mankind.
I
And this one person owes the RIAA 75 trillion US dollars.
think it's getting ridiculous. The
that
whole
got overruled, isn't it? Like the judge
yeah.
himself said, "You are you crazy?"
Right. I mean, at the very least, the guy should have gotten a discount for downloading Flowrider. That's a negative dollar value right there. I'm sorry. But, but
I'm I'm
man,
actually looking at Seven Digital right now. I don't know if it works here. I've never actually tried downloading it
uh,
any MP3s from here. But I've tried downloading. I actually bought Furniture's album digitally from Bandcamp. Um,
right.
it's expensive because Furniture has set like a minimum um price
Hmm.
that you're supposed to pay.
Right.
So it's like after converting, because the price is in US dollars. So after converting, it's actually way more expensive than buying the physical CD.
Right.
But I'm such a huge fan, and but I couldn't find time to go out and get the CD. So I'm like, whatever. Here you go, take my money, and I'll get the MP3s. And I think it's great. I mean, I as a consumer, I quite like Bandcamp. It's easy to use. And while I was in the UK, I used Seven Digital quite a bit.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
those are the two websites that I use to get like legal MP3s.
I mean, on my end, as far as legal music downloads are concerned, I used the Nokia Music Store for a while
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because the account came with my phone, and it's I think it's interesting. You can download music, as much music as you want, for as long as you are subscribing to the service, basically for free. But you pay a one-off fee, and you just download however much you want into your phone, and you can share that with your PC, one
with
PC only though.
right, but with the new announcement for Nokia, the Nokia comes in music is no longer or is no longer a service going to be provided by Nokia moving forward, right?
Right, and it's quite sad because for as long as it lasted, that was the only online portal where you could get music legally in Malaysia,
Yep.
and now it's gone. We used to have what was it called again? Music Canteen. That was a
I heard about
uh,
a long time ago.
yeah, that was set up by an insurance company of all things.
Yeah.
Was it Great Eastern?
No, no. Pan Global.
Yeah,
Oh,
there you go, Pan Global, one of those guys,
Yeah.
and it worked for a bit. It was more of a you SMS your payment whatever to the site, and they'll SMS you a track, which was all right 5-6 years ago, but obviously they're not around anymore. It
I
was
think I think the problem with Music Canteen was the payment system. When it existed, like
right,
what in the early 2000s, you don't have all this fancy online banking things that we have now.
right, and
Like,
Molnet back then didn't help.
yeah, yeah. So it's hard. I mean, right now, if Music Canteen comes back again, I'm pretty sure that they can sustain themselves for you know a longer period of time, and
Right,
mm,
maybe they can have like a bigger catalog, because I think Music Canteen had dominantly local content.
hmm
Yeah.
true. But okay, here's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing like a huge precipitous drop in interest by potential investors to pump in money into music these days. It's all well and good if you already have your music and you've already packaged and marketed it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Regardless of whether you're under a major label or if you're independent.
Mm-hmm.
Then if you're charting on whatever radio stations are here these days, then investors will come in and like want you to endorse their products, will want you to be their ambassadors, will want you to perform for their road shows, so on and so forth. But the process of making music does not have any investors. No one's pumping in any money other than their own for their own projects,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? I mean, and that's fucked up because back in the day, you would have talent scouts going to gigs and shows and all that, and go like, look, these guys are all right, right? And let's pick them up and have them sign a contract and get them to sign away their souls to the label. And oh, Ben is online. Hold up.
Wow.
Yay,
We
Ben!
made it.
Let's try to get him in. Hold up. Okay. For the benefit of everyone in the virtual booth right now, and for our listeners, Ben might be a bit um
Awesome.
uh well,
Awesome.
yes,
Ben is awesome.
that's not a bit though, but yeah, he might be a bit unused to Skype. I think he's a Skype virgin, and his first conversation is going to be on a conference call that's going live.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hola.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
So much awesomeness.
Cool.
Okay, let's see if he answers.
Yo, motherfuckers!
Oh,
There we go.
Fan of fucking slow internet connection and shit like that.
Well,
It's all good.
Malaysia.
Well, welcome to the Web 2.0, Ben.
Thank you.
3.0, 3.0.
3.0 now.
Alright.
Okay, just a quick recap. Ben Liew is the founder, frontman, and official mouthpiece of Ben's Bitches.
Woo!
Cock piece. Official cock piece of Ben's
Or
bitches.
Cot Piece, I'm sorry.
Cock.
Featured with such underground and viral hits as Awit Lufit, Ambercha, and Ben, help me out here. Give me one more single.
Amateur and a song about how I rock and all the other bands suck.
Can I say something about Panda Head Curry though?
Yeah, sure.
Right. Ben is also one half of Panda Head Curry. Is that right?
Yeah.
Right. He's also associate editor of Juice Magazine Malaysia. Currently corrupting young minds everywhere in print and on the web,
Nice.
and arguably the angriest man in Malaysian music. Still living. The angriest man in Malaysian music.
I'm a cuddly little monkey once you get to know me.
Aww.
Do you have a Twitter account, Ben?
No, but I've got a full bottle of Johnny.
I told you he would come prepared.
Yes, you did. So Ben, you see 2 requests to add you as a friend. Can you just do that for me? I want to be a friend.
Ken, what?
Yep.
On
He would
Twitter?
refuse.
I don't have Twitter.
No. On Skype
On
right
Skype.
now.
Wait, hold on.
You should see 2 requests.
There we go. Mikefoong,
Yes.
Yep.
FM. I will add to contacts.
Great.
You just outed Michael's IC name, by the way. That might be a problem when the authorities hear this.
Exactly. They have to come chase me down in Singapore.
We're all gonna get sued by the RIAA.
That's right. But they can pirate this show though.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yay!
So Ben, tonight's
Yeah.
topic of discussion is the music industry needs to pull its head out of its ass or die.
Oh yeah. Right.
Yeah, I'll let you take it from here.
Okay. Oh, I'm not in the music industry. I think I don't know. I'm in the publishing industry by nature, and I make music that's not released under a label. Uh, okay, then. Oh, well, why do they need to pull their head out their asses? Isn't that what the publishing industry is doing? Their head is in their asses as well. Right.
Well, yeah, but but we're talking about the music industry, and this is
Okay,
for,
well, the music industry. Okay, well, okay.
but this is for
See,
their
obviously,
benefit. Actually.
I take it since I came in late to this conversation that you guys have already gone through the whole internet
Well,
structure.
not really. We've just been spending like the last 45 minutes talking about you.
Yeah, exactly. So now that you're here, so we can talk about the internet and Butya and God knows what, right? Maybe not.
I wish I could play you Weezer's "I'm the Greatest Man in the World" right now.
But yeah, we might run into some copyright issues there.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
the only music we can legally play on this show is the official ringtone.
Hey, let me play that again.
2, 3, 4.
Hey, come on, clap along. All right, that's it.
And that's our official ringtone, boys and girls.
There you go. Not safe for web.
Not safe.
What's the name of the show again?
Not safe for web.
Lancy for web?
No, not possibly. No,
We can change it.
but it's called not safe for web.
Not safe for web.
Yeah.
Alright.
As in, or we could just call it Ben Liew and people would get.
Why the cowboy team?
Answer, Mike. Answer.
What cowboy team again?
The music, wasn't it like Western or something?
It was? Okay.
Spaghetti.
I got no
It's
idea.
very tumbleweeds.
It's
Sorry?
one of those days when I just pull out guitar and just bang on it.
Ah, you played that yourself.
Oh yeah. I wrote that crazily. One of those days, when I just had nothing to do and just turn on a recorder and a mic and I just go crazy.
I did mention to Mike though that because the show is called Not Safe for Web, that right after the whole jingle we should end it with all of us going like fuck,
Yes,
just to keep it thematic.
that's right.
Trying too hard?
Pause.
Cricket.
Okay, Ben.
This got sexier, you leave.
Let's turn the topic of our discussion tonight on its head and go and let's turn it into a question. Does the music industry need to pull its head out of its ass or die? I mean, do we need the music industry still? Does it even exist as it was supposed to be? You think?
Yeah. It's a funny question because, I guess the music industry's head has been in its ass for a pretty long time.
Right.
It's dark down there. Yeah, it does need to pull its head out of the ass. How can it pull its head out of the ass?
I have no idea. I mean,
I have a brilliant suggestion. It should hire more people that used to work in the publishing industry.
that
You mean people?
Honest people from the publishing industry.
You mean people who
Good,
are still-
honest people from other industries.
Oh,
Don't
okay.
hire anybody that came here and said that I want to be a music.
yeah, but that's part of the
Nobody
problem
wants-
now though.
What?
That's part of the problem now because you've got major labels that are filled to the brim with accountants, lawyers, right? Market analysts who not only not know anything about music but they don't care.
I think manufactured music has to be a little bit more interesting then. And then they have to hire more people from the advertising industry.
Right. I mean, yeah, get more creative people from non-musical backgrounds. That's fine, but yeah, we should probably cut down on the auditors. You think?
Yeah, yeah. I'll just like try to find more interesting acts. I don't know. There's a lot. I mean, festivals are as strong as ever.
Right.
That's when you talk about the music industry, everybody thinks that you're talking about label people, but there's so many other people in the music industry, and like even people working in publishing and writing about music can be considered in the music industry as well.
Right. I mean, but on a purely orthodox approach, kind of discussion, right? A few years ago you had Live Nation trying to apparently change the way the music industry worked by offering new artists 360-degree deals,
Oh yeah.
which I thought was a bit disingenuous because major labels have been offering their signed artists 360 deals for since forever.
Not all, but yeah.
Like I mean, what I mean to say is Muddy Waters got a 360 deal,
Yeah.
and that was in the 40s.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's not much of a change, is it? Just not calling yourself a music label and calling yourself a music promotions multinational conglomerate or what have you. It's not going to change things. But then again, charging someone $25 trillion for damages isn't going to help either, lah.
Yeah, but it's also saying that if you're the owner of Q Bistro or some mama store somewhere that has like shitload of money in the account, it means that you can also be a record label in not so many words. You can actually offer like $1 million contract to, I don't know, Siti Nurhaliza maybe.
Right. And we were talking about that earlier. The lack of venture capital for independent music artists. Um, I mean, without major labels, you can still get ahead as a musician if you work hard enough. And that's the cliche line, like, and if you get funding, there's no funding from within and without music labels. That's the problem right now. I think for me, even when you're signed to a major, you're not gonna get any money.
I mean,
Yes.
well, that's
So
that's like a major in Malaysia.
Right,
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And also, what's the point of signing with a major then? Might as well you sign with multiple indies. Like one label here and another label, in Singapore, another label in Philippines.
Right, because you see these days you see a lot of um, independent labels that would probably be called imprints
Okay.
10, 15 years ago doing much better per artist or per release than major labels.
Okay.
That's my view of it. I mean, Siti Nurhaliza is not releasing albums anymore because she knows what's up. She has a talk show now, so she was like, you know what, fuck it, I married a dato. I've got maximum exposure in the media now. I don't need to sing anymore,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I see a lot of even well, quote unquote independent artists. I see a lot of them branching out into becoming personalities and public figures. Just turning up, showing their faces at product launches and high society to dos and shit like that. And I mean, to the point where they're not even making music anymore, or if they are, they're just giving it away for
That's
promotional
what I
purposes.
say. That's what I do.
Right? Because yeah, you're always at the high society functions, right?
Sorry, carry on.
but
Ah.
but yeah, I mean, stuff like that it's just going to for most people. I'm not saying for everyone, but for most people, that's just gonna shift the focus away. I mean, shift the the work focus away from actually making music, and that's bad for the music industry as a whole, as for the music community even more so.
But I'm pretty sure there'll be small pockets of groups of people who actually want to listen to genuine music, and there will be genuine musicians providing.
Right, right. Of course, of course. It's just that um, it would be nice for more musicians to be able to make money out of actually making music and not shilling their music for a corporate sponsor or
I think that's like you're going more into the topic of should you how can indie musicians make money?
well, I
I
mean,
mean, should there be more venues like maybe more should the entertainment venue industry pull their
right.
sell their asses and like give more opportunities to indie musicians because that's where they start off at.
Yeah,
But
yeah, I actually agree with
unfortunate.
that. Yeah,
Yeah, true, but to be fair, I wasn't directing that only towards independent musicians because I mean, seriously, musicians who are signed are sometimes having it worse off than independents.
that's quite true as well. That's I think that's because, like, the whole investment thing, like the more
Right, right.
investment that you get from your label, the
Mm,
lesser money you see at the end of the day.
right.
So that's why, like, maybe it's quite nice to be independent, or rather than make, sort of like make the record on your own and then licensing it to any labels, be it independent or major, because then by the end of the day you get all the money and you don't have to share it with anybody else
Yeah,
but your
and
bandmates. Yeah.
yeah, and just because the term music, the music industry is in the title of our discussion tonight, doesn't mean that any of us give a fuck about it. Seriously. And the fact that most people think that the music industry equals major labels is needs to change because music labels don't consider themselves the music industry anymore. I think they're pimps. I'm sorry, I just have to say it. They're pimps right now because they're not pumping money into actual music production. They're not pumping money into taking care of their musicians. They are pumping money into getting sponsors for their artists so that they can get a cut, and that's it.
Well, I think if you're good enough and you've established you've got like a basic internet profile where people can find you easily. You
Right.
yeah, and you don't have a generic band name or something like that, and like fact, just put yourself out there. People notice you.
Hmm.
Um, you can take it from there. You don't need to sign to a major label, but granted, you have to be a somewhat business savvy kind of person.
Right. Or at least associate yourself online with a portal that can take care of that for you to a certain extent.
Yeah,
Like
well, that's that, and like you should be able to. I mean, if you're doing it full time, you should be able to like find those avenues and like organize your own stuff to get you, you know, whatever you want. And
right, right. So I mean, how long is it going to take for this region at least, or Malaysia in particular, to just wise up and think and start thinking about the music industry in terms other than the big three, or in our case, the big two or the big one.
I don't get it, huh?
No, I
Sorry.
mean,
Like,
no, I mean, how long is it going to take for well, not the media, but for the general populace to start thinking about the music industry as being other than well, not EMI, other than Warner, other than Universal, other than Sony.
I can tell you it's going to be very long for Malaysia, because as it is, I've always felt that mindsets locally, I'm just speaking in the Malaysian context, is generally created by the media, and even the media in general is not really well educated in the whole music industry, quote unquote, or
except for juice.
music
Except for Jews,
music per
right?
se. Yeah. So the media in Malaysia has always been about entertainment, and not so much of, like, there's a clear cut line between, like, music, like
Right.
pure music news and gossip and whatnot. Everything is jumbled. So yeah, I mean, if you actually want to
Talking
create
about a
sense,
greater appreciation for art.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, it's going to be very hard. Yeah.
That comes from nurturing and education. That's not just the job of the media industry; it's the job of everybody.
Right,
How,
right.
how can you teach your kids to appreciate art more? Because art is something that's ingrained in all of us. That we can all you know look at a pretty picture or something that appeals to us and get that sort of informal connection that the artist is trying to give to you. You go like, that's great, but yeah, it's not a music industry thing. It's kind of like, I don't know. It's there's too many fingers to be pointing around. So maybe everybody needs to get their heads out of their asses.
That's quite true, actually. Yeah. Hmm.
I would agree.
Wonder. I drink a lot of beer.
You tend to get serious when you're on Liew, though. You might want to switch to hard liquor. But one thing that I do appreciate seeing these days is that people aren't so fixated on the fact that this artist or that artist is connected to this or that music sorry, record label anymore. So he's a Warner artist. He's a Universal artist. Or back in the day, he's an EMI artist. Nobody gives a shit anymore, which is great because for me the label does not make the artist. The artist makes the label. And I think a while ago, music labels forgot about this, and they're paying the price. In tandem with quite a few other mistakes that they've been doing, and record labels are reeking of desperation right now. Just a few years ago, I was reading about how all the major labels were banding together to offer a counterpoint to iTunes because they were as much as they were benefiting from iTunes, they were still giving away 30% to Steve Jobs, right?
Yeah.
And they came up with this immensely retarded idea of selling people cards in shops that you can buy in a 7-Eleven or something and take home so that you can scratch off the metal strip, key
Yeah.
in
So,
key in a code and get a legal download from
yeah.
from their own servers. What
Yes.
the fuck? I'm sorry, but another rather mentally handicapped idea was to sell full albums in USB drives. Someone in the R&D department thought that was a good idea.
That's a great idea, man. I'd buy that. If it was priced at a good price, I'd just buy like an album for $1 or something like that.
Yeah, but they weren't
Buy the
priced.
USB port for myself.
See, but that's the thing. They weren't priced at $1. They were priced. They were the same price as CDs.
Yeah.
That's wrong. Because
Yeah.
you need to price them accordingly, and then you need to like, I don't know.
Exactly, and I have no idea how it could stop at CDs. Record labels were selling vinyls, sorry, acetates before vinyls, and then cartridges for about I don't know, 5 years. They switched to cassette tapes, right, and settled on CDs and stopped right there.
Yeah. Because
They
CDs.
refused to move on to anything else except maybe overpriced USB drives, which did
Yeah.
not work.
Because after CD in came the MP3.
Right. But see that, okay,
So basically, the MP3 stopped every need of having any physical form of music.
right. And correct me if I'm wrong. Am I wrong when I say that record labels have invested too much money in manufacturing plants?
Manufacturing what?
Manufacturing plants, factories that
Okay.
make CDs. Is that why they're not letting go of CDs? Is my question.
Oh, not really. I mean, like CDs. You still buy blank CDs to burn stuff that you've like saved off the internet or that you've
Right, right.
and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and the fact that music albums are still on CDs is the reason why we still have to pay about 1 ringgit plus per blank CD, because those things are worth 20 cents tops. I remember having to pay about 9 ringgit for a blank cassette tape because the record labels were demanding that blank tapes be overpriced.
Apparently, in Canada,
Uh-huh.
you are taxed for blank CDs because they anticipate that you might want to pirate some movies or
Yeah,
music.
it's the same thing here. It's just that the tax has been transferred directly into the price itself. It's ridiculous. I don't even burn CDs anymore except for um, a mixtape for my car because I have music on my phone, or I could buy an MP3 player which by themselves are already getting outdated. Nobody buys iPods anymore.
Hmm.
And I think Ely was quite heavily in this when she was in the UK. Streaming music is picking up, right?
Yes.
Pandora,
Yes.
Last FM, so on and so forth.
Yes.
I mean, why are the labels so reluctant to get off their asses and embrace these things for their own sake? Because I don't care. Nobody cares about these labels except the labels themselves.
I think everybody's been asking the same question because I was reading this book by Steve Knopper, and um, he wrote it pretty well, saying that when CDs were first introduced, almost every label didn't want music to be on CDs.
Right.
So
Right.
that's like the transition between like vinyl cassettes to CDs. So obviously CD is, I think, if someone presents the idea of a CD to me,
Mhm.
I would say that I think it's brilliant. It's digital, the music is going to be better and whatnot. But yeah, so it's, I think it's pretty much, I don't know. It sounds a bit like the RTM syndrome or something like that. Like people working in labels are somewhat resistant to change.
So you're saying is the old uncle syndrome lah?
Yeah, something like that. Something like that. Like, you know, I mean, I'm pretty sure at some point, I was trying to remember what Steve Knopper said in the book. Napster, right? So when
Right.
Napster first came to surface, um, a smart idea would be, for labels to maybe just buy Napster and make it their own, or maybe invest in Napster. Do something like that, because obviously,
Yeah,
there's
they
money,
did eventually, but
but
once they did, they just drove it into the ground.
yeah. So that's the thing. Like, that there needs to be like a smart. How do you say this? Like a smart way of using the technology. So like, what's the whole point if labels discover MP3s but they don't know what to do with it?
Right,
What do you
right.
do with it? What do you do with MP3s? I mean, like, I check out, like, so-called, you look at all the independent artists that are doing a good job marketing their stuff, and what do they do with it? They sell their stuff with merchandise, they sell their stuff with, I don't know. Well, look, I mean, look at Radiohead, what they're doing. And I don't know, it just sounds like they can't survive on selling music. You can't sell CDs anymore. You can't sell any form of music anymore, because once you start selling it, once one person buys it, he can spread it to the whole world technically.
Yep.
And so that means you can't anticipate nothing more than one album sale for every album that you release.
Right.
So you gotta be like something else, you gotta do shows and stuff like that to earn money. And like, I don't know, when you're big, you obviously have a lot of other choices like endorsements and shit like that. But your independent artists, if you make your own merch, you can sell that. And I don't know, I think I came out with this plan a long time ago, like $100 for like a blowjob and like
What?
an
That's
album,
expensive.
a t-shirt, and a kiss afterwards.
That could work.
Yeah. Yeah.
It depends on, yeah, you're really narrowing down your market demographics, but yeah, it could work.
I don't know, man. This is all like business talk. I'm really I'm really like like a red herring here.
You're doing all right.
Yeah, but the main point here, I think, is the welfare of musicians who are in being jostled by major labels, by people who are trying to take advantage of them, people who are maybe more musical than business savvy. Yes, they do need to educate themselves, but they also need space, a little bit more space and understanding from the general populace.
Oh
Yeah.
And
yeah.
right, I mean, I know of a lot of really talented people who get discouraged and just like freaked out by the current state of affairs these days, and go like, you know what, fine, I'll just go back to accounting school.
Maybe they
And
should.
maybe they should, but yeah, it's just really sad, and music suffers for it to a certain extent. To a certain extent, not so much, but yeah, every little bit counts these days.
Very heavy, very heavy. I'm just listening to all this. They're brilliant ideas, but yeah.
Okay,
How
Very
many listeners do you get? I mean, like, sorry.
no, go ahead.
How many listeners? How many people are listening to this?
Mike, do you have any numbers?
This is like, the first few shows,
Hey,
so
Mike!
hey, I'm back.
Mikey!
Hey, I'm just producing the show. Right now we have what 513 views. No, it's
That's
not
a
that
lot of
many.
motherfuckers.
No, about six. Sorry.
Okay.
it's 6 is all right. Yeah, but yeah, you were saying, Ben?
Starting.
Ben?
How many people are there?
Ben?
Yeah.
Ben?
Yeah?
Hi.
Hi.
So you were about to say, like, what is it that you wanted to say, like, after, like, people listening?
No, that was about it. I just wanted to know how many people were listening to this. Because you used to saying that it was serious and shit, you know? It was. It is serious. If 500 people are listening to this, I want to be serious.
Wow, it's not that many,
Oh, okay. Yeah, fuck that.
right?
Okay.
Okay, things got a little dark there, but
I'm seeing your face, Michael. Looking at
Yeah,
your profile pic. I've
yeah. I'm
never
just,
met you before. You
but
look, you look, you look like a very famous comedian. I know.
really,
Yeah.
wait. Let me. If you're on the live stream, are you on the live stream? You're not on the live stream.
Why
Okay,
am
let me show you my real face.
I?
Don't cry. Don't cry. All right. Here we go. You're not. Are you on the live stream? No.
No, not on live stream. Never mind. We'll keep the suspense till when you really meet.
no, this shit is getting syndicated anyway, so you can watch it tomorrow in the office.
Don't you love the word sneaky?
Uh,
Yeah.
so yeah, so what can we, like,
What can we do about this shit, man?
yes.
Yes.
That's the conclusion, man.
So,
What can we
because
do
because
about
you have
shit.
two musicians and one somewhat manager in the conversation. So
Yes.
An editor.
we are somewhat, like, involved.
And an editor, Ben has a point.
Yes. Yes. So yeah, what are we going to do? Like, or what can we do?
Well, I think a lot of people have the right idea.
We do.
They're online, right? And that's for better or for worse, that's the pretty much the only avenue for um, wide widespread idea dissemination. So just keep on. I think musicians should be online. They should be interacting with other people.
They should. They like. Okay, let's talk about a few examples, right? I know, personally,
Mm.
the few big bands that's here in Singapore, like Jack and Ray, or 53A, Sarah,
Right.
and they build their community by building its fan base through social networks, for one, and they are very active at Facebook and stuff like that. And I was speaking to one of the band members of another band a couple of days ago, and he said, if you like my band, if you like our song, buy a T-shirt. The music,
Exactly.
the
That's
music,
brilliant. That's just brilliant.
yeah.
Yeah, because by
Have you seen
buying,
my band's T-shirt?
yeah, because that's the best
like, you know,
advertising way. You know, I mean, yeah.
It also puts an onus on the musicians themselves to not be assholes anymore.
Yep.
No offense, Ben, but
I want money, motherfuckers. Hey, come on, I'm pushing the envelope here.
yeah, but see that works for you because that's
Okay.
part and parcel of your raison d'etre. But
Um,
yeah, musicians can't be aloof anymore. They can't be they can't be lancy. They can't be detached from their fan base and go like, oh, I don't talk to fans. I don't sign any autographs. Fuck you. I'm just gonna do the show, and after that, I'm gone. You can't do that anymore because after the show, you have to sell merchandise. You have to be at the booth. You have to take care of your own shit because you can't have your street team taking care of everything for you anymore.
Provided
you got groupies.
See,
If that still exists,
I would think that the groupies would be contributing to your 100 ringgit blowjob and a t-shirt package.
Everybody has 100 ringgit, man.
No, I mean they'd be providing. Never mind.
But
so the other interesting thing that I've been noticing, I've been talking to these people, is that MP3s and music, they don't build brands. They just build listening behavior. And the thing is, they cannot listen to your song like 300 times a day, or you'll get jalak or whatever.
Right.
But a T-shirt builds brand, a cap builds brands, a poster, whatever, that built brand because you have your name plastered everywhere. They get to show your band's name as they walk around as well and stuff like that. So, and actually, that's why a lot of bands are smart and say, okay, don't buy music. We're gonna give it free. Just buy a T-shirt.
Right.
Buy something, a ticket to your concert, whatever.
And I'm not saying that hip hop started it, because punk bands have been doing it for almost 40 years now. But hip hop artists, for me, really capitalized on that merchandise. Even back in the 90s, you had LL Cool J coming out with FUBU, and Pharrell Williams coming out with Billionaire Boys Club. These, I mean, that's on the higher end of the market, but on the lower end, people should be doing that. I agree, because you're not, even as a signed artist, in certain cases, especially as a signed artist, you're not making money out of CD sales. You're getting like 20 cents per CD, maybe. So yeah, just make merchandise, be nice to your fans and friends, and sell stuff physically again, because that's where it's going back to, I think.
Right. So I've got another big question for you guys, because this kind of come out in the last few days, where they're talking about local support for bands and music. Do bands really need to get out and become internationally renowned before they actually get accepted in their own country?
Yes and no.
That a sad fact that we have to face.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to think of examples of musicians who've made it outside and came back, like huge, popular.
Well, all I can think of right now is Aisha and the fan club.
I'm thinking of Zia V,
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
because she has always been like the urban skate market, the urban more urban singer songwriter type, right?
Right.
And then she moved to the States. She signed with Brushfire, and by all means, she signed to a label that most Malaysians won't listen to, like the musicians in that label, because it's still very urban here. But when she came back, it's like Asia, is it Asia was like organized that concert
Right.
in where is it, Life Center, and things like it's huge. It's huge, and she became huge. She performed at AIM and things like that.
Off of
I'm
YouTube,
just
right?
what? Yeah, yeah. So it's like why is she popular now? Like, is she popular because everybody found her YouTube link, or is she popular because like she's staying in the US now, or yeah, or is it just because
Is she
everybody like
popular in the US?
what?
Is she popular in the US? Has she headlined a festival?
I'm not too sure. I don't really
Well,
follow.
I don't think she has.
Played at a festival, but she hasn't headlined a festival. But she's popular here because any Malaysian that does anything outside of Malaysia is popular by default.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So does it mean that for any band to be accepted back home, they need to get out there and find somebody to actually become internationally popular?
Oh, not really. Just
Not
like
really. Yeah.
casts a lot of eyes on them, and if they've done something that is like, you know, good to a certain extent, then that's the positive result.
What I got
I
from
think a good example here would be Couple. You know how Couple's song ended up in that movie Super, the
right.
movie with Liv Tyler that's coming out in the States, right? So I think I saw it on Couple's Twitter the other day that a local newspaper, Cosmo, published an article on the movie Super, but did not mention the fact that that Couple, a Malaysian band, has a track in the soundtrack.
Yeah, but that's because mainstream entertainment media in this country is lazy.
Yeah, true. So I think it's. I mean that contributes to that factor as well, because otherwise, by going for by that theory, like, do local musicians need to go outside to be popular? That's an instant popularity boost for
Yeah,
Couple already. Like, it can be if
yeah. I mean, wasn't Couple on Time magazine of all bases? Was it Time or Newsweek?
Rolling Stone.
Rolling Stone. I mean,
Yeah,
like Jeebus. I mean,
yeah.
yeah.
They were like the top 25 MySpace band. Was it
Right,
25?
right.
Like, yeah. So
So everything points to yes, you need to get out and
no,
be
you
popular.
don't have to. But I
We
mean,
don't have.
um, I'm just saying that Couple is a good example because they're still not popular, like, immensely popular in the mainstream crowd, like say Yuna or Bungface. They're not that. So I think it
But
depends.
like that's being featured in a magazine compared to be like I mean like signed to a foreign label and like actually getting money pumped in to just like support you to go on tour in US and stuff like that. It's two different things. I don't think you really can compare that. But I'm saying that yeah, them coming out in Rolling Stones, right? It's it casts a lot of attention on them, and that's great because I love Couple as well. They're a great band and great music and stuff like that. So that's a good thing. It means that whatever we do is seen by the world, and though some people like our fucking leaders can't see that, but it's good that musicians can see that. I wish there was like I like my love songs and stuff, but I wish there was less of them and like more real songs and stuff like that. Oh, my girlfriend's SMSing me. Woo! Oh no, it's not. Shit. Something trying to buy me. I didn't sell. All right,
Yeah.
that's it. That's all I have to say about it. And like can't sell CDs anymore, but you can still be a rich rock star or public icon. And
Right.
Yeah.
Should labels still exist?
well, labels should exist to manage to be a good manager to those people that can't manage, because a lot of musicians just like to drink beer
Right.
and like they're just like floppy in the brain and stuff. Yeah. So
Yeah. As far as I'm concerned, record labels as they're running on their current business model should not exist anymore.
oh yeah, definitely.
They should be
I mean,
advocacy
there's like clear
advocacy first.
examples of that. I mean, like EMI is being like tossed around like a cheap whore.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
that's stuff.
Finally.
So like, you know, yeah, we should. Those that haven't should. I don't know who hasn't. I don't work with them. That's about it. Yeah.
All right. Final wrap up.
Yeah.
It's an hour.
Yeah, it's been
Already?
it's over an hour. So yeah. Okay, so every major label sucks dick, and we we wish.
I think there's for oh, to be fair, that there are small independent labels who suck dick as well. So yeah.
Right. Okay. Fine. Major labels who can't get their shit together suck dick. Um, we wish all the musicians, independent and or signed, all the best in life. Get your shit together.
Yes, yes, that's important.
And,
Yes.
and when I say that to myself. So so yeah, I mean, the music industry might be going through a lot of changes right now, but it's still there, and it's just a matter of how everyone redefines it. And I mean the musicians, the media, mainstream and alternative, the labels themselves. If they choose to save themselves, then they have to redefine what the music industry means to them, and of course the listeners, of which we have seven. What now?
Yay! Lucky seven.
Yeah.
Right. So, yeah. I mean, thank you, Ili. Thank you, Ben, for coming on. Hopefully, we can do this again. And we don't have to talk about music. The next time we get together, we could be talking about porn, which is one of my favorite subjects.
You can do
Sure.
that.
Sure.
We could talk about porn music, which has a storied history, I think.
I need to Google that, but yeah, sure.
Hey, I mean, Ron Jeremy has to move to a soundtrack. You know this.
Okay.
Well, 3D porn is here.
It is.
Yeah.
I need to get on that.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's-
it's not in a porn movie, but yeah, I need to. Well, yeah, you know.
Where can we find? Where can we find you guys?
Uh, um, uh,
How do we interact with you?
Hey,
Yeah.
Ili FM is Ili FM. That's ILI_FM on Twitter.
yeah. I have like a sort of portfolio kind of thing. It's at elishot.me. My email address is there as well, just in case if you want to email me and buy me books from Amazon or something like that.
That's her photography.
That is sauce. That is.
Ben has just summed up the entire discussion.
Yes.
He's finally out of the ass.
Love you, man.
I've been doing that for a while.
Yeah.
Ben is not on Twitter, but you can find him on www.juiceonline.com, where he holds
Yay.
course. And you can pick up a free copy of Juice every month. That's Juice Malaysia.
I think
I'm
Juice should
I'm
sponsor this podcast or something like that, because I wrote for Juice at one point in time, and
Right.
you did as well, and now Ben's writing for Juice. Like, hey,
Oh, give it to me. I'll put it on the fucking website.
No, that only means that Mike will start writing for Juice soon.
Yeah, I don't have to write. Just have to produce.
I have a big one.
And
Cool.
and well, I am the internet, so just go to Google and search for Words Manifest. Mikefoong is Mikefoong at
Yes.
on Twitter. That's at MIKEFOONG, and he's of course here on www.justin.tv/Mikefoong,
Yes.
and that's that. This is Mike.
I'm old school with Facebook. That
Wait, wait.
It's
are you
not-
still Friendster?
Nah, I don't have that.
It's a Malaysian company, by the way.
yeah. Show some love to YTL, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
MOL.com.
One Malaysia, y'all. I'm naked.
Oh.
So my
Let's end this. Come on.
Oh, you don't want to say anything? No.
No, I think we're all good, Mike.
All right. Hey, don't log off. We're just saying a virtual goodbye. Just say goodbye. Bye. Bye, listeners.
Peace.
Bye. Good night. Sleep well. Sparkle and
Oh,
shine.
they can't sleep after this.
Gaga
Ben,
is awesome.
are you still with us, Ben?
I'm still naked.
Not safe for